Alright folks, a little bit of patience and a heck of a lot of borrowed mana from Lucy, the person who I gave most of my mana to actually to set up the original portal. Looks like we're ready. So, yeah, we've got a couple more sparks down here. Now, I'm going to have to set up something. I'm going to think on this, because it's going to take some mana to open, and then it's going to constantly require mana to run. I'm going to have to think about how we're going to handle that. But for now, I just want to get the portal open. I mean, I'm really excited about this. So hopefully it won't mind the fact that the floor is set here. Oh! Yeah! Elven Portal! Active. And as you can see, it really didn't take that much mana out of these pools. It will drain it constantly, though, so we can't ignore it. Maybe I'll make something under the floor that can drain mana. And if I connect it to the Spark network, well, then the entire thing can kind of be set up. But, yeah, so that's set up. Now, this is really cool. So if we go ahead and look in here, we can basically see, like, what the list of exchanges are. I already had this filled out, but you would get these filled out the first time if you were just to toss your book through. I don't want to toss my book through because I think they'll take it. But, yeah, basically we can do things like toss living wood through to get dream wood. We can toss blocks to get elementium, all sorts of really cool stuff. So we can toss mana diamonds through to get dragonstone. Really, just so everything can be converted into a pink equivalent. Also, nether quartz can be converted into a really cool green-looking quartz, which I actually really like. Actually, you know what? This would be really fun. Let's just go ahead and grab the coolest. There's a bunch of aesthetic blocks that you can get from the Elven world, but very few are as cool as this mana glass, right? This mana glass is awesome. So let's just go ahead and toss this through. This is also a really cool mechanic. So, pew, right? Toss that through, and then out comes this other glass. Give him a sec to just, you know, give us all this. So apparently, I guess the story here is that this is a very, very loose portal coupling us to the Elven world, and we have resources they want, and in exchange, they have resources for us. But, you know, it takes time, and also it's not time coupled. So for them, one of our days is like a year. So they get it very slowly, but it's good for us, I guess. There we go. So this stuff is super cool. Let's just run over here, and I think what we're going to do is grab our wand, got equal trade focus on it, put down one of these, which looks really cool, and then... Oh, that looks so cool! Look at that! That is awesome looking. I really like this stuff. It somehow looks like more technical than the other stuff. It just looks kind of random, and our door still works right through it, our little teleportation door, just because of the nature of it. I think I'll have to use this stuff for like lab glass and whatnot. It's sort of like... It's very futuristic, but also at the same time very mystical. I definitely like it. Okay, so the next thing we want to work on... By the way, this system is working flawlessly. I did have to tune it a little bit, but this crystal here is just to sort of give me a visual on what's going on. And, of course, those energy cells are totally full. You can see we're sitting on this, and check this out. We got Yellorium for days. I went down and I mined a little bit, and we are just... calmly and rationally and slowly sipping Yellorium for this build. It's not a very powerful reactor, but we can upgrade it by making it more vertical, and we can basically just have it go quite deep and even further back into the wall without really having any change to the dimensions of these rooms. So I think that that's sort of perfect for us. Now, next thing I want to do, let me tell you what my goal is. So now we can get access to Elementium. And pixie dust and all these things. And that's fantastic. It gives us a bunch of really cool things. But what we really want to be able to do is the Ritual of Gaia. This is what I've been working on. This is key. But we're going to have to fight the Wither. So we need to improve. So basically, yeah, that's what we're getting at. So we need to have an active beacon, Gaia pylons, terrasteel ingots. We need to make these Gaia pylons here like so. These are actually pretty easy to make compared to the nature pylons. And we make them like this. And then we can call in Gaia spirits. Now, Guardians of Gaia are extremely tough compared to many things. Apparently they used to be much harder, but now they're not so bad. But we're definitely not ready for that. You saw, couldn't even beat a slime, right? Now, it was a nightmare slime that was doing something funny, but couldn't beat a slime. So we're going to have to consider the possibility that we're under-equipped. What are we going to do about that? Well, why don't we first deal with a different problem? Specifically, how are we going to keep this Elven Gateway open and hopefully a little bit of improvement to our set? Because you can see, if you look carefully, you'll see that already we've lost a little bit of this. So that's suboptimal. What we really want to do is kind of get a temporary jolt to our mana production. I think I have just the plan. At least a temporary plan. Oh no. Oh no, not this again. I'm so hungry. I'm so hungry. Steampunk, don't look. I've got to tell you, other things have been happening. There's something... I've seen dark figures in my basement. And I feel strange. I feel terrible. I've tried to eat the mana cookies. I've tried to use the mana to fight this off. But... even the power of these mana cookies can't change this hunger I have. But the other night I came in and there was a strange figure down here. He disappeared in a moment, but he looked at me. And I felt like it was a warning. A warning not to continue with the research. I haven't even built most of the things I've researched. I feel like there's something pushing back against us. I've been spending time in Sace's spa, but... it's dangerous. It's dangerous. I don't understand. There's been things... I feel like things have been watching me. Things have been chasing me. Things have been following me. There's been things turning up dead all over the house. Something is definitely afoot. Look, Steampunk. Just like you, I... see? I eat it too. I eat it too. It's normal. The fact that it tastes good doesn't bother me at all. I just... ugh. Alright, so we're going to quickly resolve this issue with keeping the portal open, I think. And I have a plan. I actually did this for Lucy. I know exactly what we're going to do. We're going to grab our thirsty tank, and we're going to grab one of these fluid tanks, because they're useful. There we go. And we're going to head up here. Now, I've dug a second little channel down below our main area. And what we're going to do is set up an extra little bit of high frequency, high power mana generation. And we're going to have it then try to populate all of these pools. And if it can get into this pool, then it will be able to eventually go up there. Because now that we have Elven technology, things will be better. So what we're going to do, actually, is put down a tank right here, and you'll see in just a sec why. So we're going to take this, and we're going to set this up to push always above it. Now, that tank is there. It's not connected to anything. We're going to use a mod I don't use very often, and I kind of like it, actually. It is Remote I/O. So we have a remote interface, but the first thing you need to do to make remote interfaces work is you need to get a location in the world. So we go, beep, target is saved. So now this is a block there. It says a name, but don't worry, that's actually okay. We can go ahead and put the Arcane Spa here. Now, this Arcane Spa, let me just go ahead and pull it up, is a really interesting block. It's this, man, there's a really annoying cat over there, isn't there? I'm really tired of all these monsters. So, the Arcane Spa is a block from Thaumcraft that can actually be used to pump fluid into the world. So here we've got this cool little area right here, right, where we're going to start to fill up with lava. And then these thermalilies from Botania will consume the lava and cheerfully go ahead and use it. So what we need to do now is go into the end, or not the end, the Nether. The end would be not very useful. And let's hop in over here and see if we can find a suitable place to set this up. Now, I've got my thirsty tank, and I've got another tank from here to serve as a pipe. I've got this, I've got a fluid thing, and I've got a location chip. Should be good. Let's hop in and do it. Alright, so, by the way, the Nether's been reset, so if this area looks weirdly rolled back, it's because it is. It was reset. Got a bloodwood tree right there. Got a ghast over there. I do want to go hunting for ghast tears. We need one for the fight. But for now, we're just going to see if we can find a suitable place to... oh boy. Where's it? Oh. Ow. Maybe I should be wearing my combat armor and not my robes. This is really painful. Looks safe over that way. Just gotta be careful. We just need to do is get to... Aha, there's a spot. Right over there will do, I think. And we're just gonna set up a good little area for lava collection. Now, the Thirsty Tank is actually really good at this. So let's carefully mine some of this netherrack. Oh yeah, we got some serious mining potential there. We actually got to be careful not to trigger all the enemies, though, because we don't have arbitrary flight. Okay, that gas is not too close to us. Whoa. Should be fine. Let's just go right over here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Right there. There we go. Now we can break that in just a sec. Let's put down our Thirsty Tank, and we'll see that it immediately begins to fill up. So we just go like this, tap that down, and if we break this, now that should begin to fill up pretty promptly. You can even hear it sipping away. I love it. I love it. So let's go ahead and put this on top and ask it to pull from below. All right, there we go. Now that's going to pull out, and in total we're going to have 32, I guess, buckets of lava waiting here. Now let's go ahead and put down our remote interface, and we'll have this in a second push. Now, in order to actually bind this, we have to pull out our chip and upgrade this with a fluid transfer. Okay, slot that in, then tap this. Location set, and it turns blue. Oh boy, there's that gas up there. Perfect. Now, all we have to do is go ahead and, well, just tell this, I guess. Yeah, tell this to push. There we go. And, yeah, now it's saying it can't. I wonder why that is. Interesting. So when it flashes blue like that, it means that it lacks the necessary upgrades to do what it needs to do. I guess it's maybe trying to push... We'll have to see if we can maybe fix that, because it should be fixable. Give me just a moment to run back to my base. Actually, folks, it was working. It was telling me that this tank was now full and it could no longer push to it, which is exactly what we'd like to have happen. Now, of course, it's not pushing out into the world because it's telling it to mix. This is what you do if you make a hot spring or a spa or something. But we're going to tell it to no longer mix, and you'll see that it'll immediately start putting out lava in the world and filling up the area around us. Now, the thermalilies are going to do their best to try and consume that, right? So here we are, and it's going to basically start filling things up. And these thermalilies are going to do their best to fill up all the area. And the spa will work pretty well, and you can see that we're still filling up from the Thirsty Tank doing its magic in the world. Now, in a moment, we're going to see that the thermalilies effectively will end up losing the fight, or rather, they're full now. So basically, this system's going to catch up. There we go. Yeah, you can see the thermalilies are now sparkling, which means they're full on mana. If we were to pull out our wand of the forest and tap them, like so, we'll see that they're now full. So they need a place to send mana. Now, I think what we're going to do is we have a mana pool target here, right here, and we also have these are the ones for the Elven portal, which you can see they're already going down fairly fast, so it's good timing. And then we have one more that should be cut up into the roof. Yeah, right there, so it's right next to the spreader. So what we're going to do is just put down 3 spreaders, right? Let's see, we go right here. Yeah. 1 for each of these things, and then just bind them. And I made 3 Elven mana spreaders. I just had to toss a little bit of, make a little bit of Elementium, which was just tossing mana steel through the gate. Similarly with the Dreamwood, I have a bunch of Living Wood, tossed it through, made some mana petals. Really, really easy to make, and these things are just better in every way. So let's start with this one. Now this one actually should be automatically received. Yep, you see, already full. And then let's right-click, there we go. That will start filling up right there. Now, that's not even the beginning of it, though. Let's do all 3 of these. Right here. and then right-click this, and that should go as well. And you'll see that we still have them working. We can even put down one more over here. And basically, the way this will work is that whenever there's one that's empty, the other ones, yeah, that one's already working. Whenever there's one that's empty, it will, or whenever one of these fills up, it will try and set that up. I think that will work okay. I've seen bursts for all of them now. Yeah, you can see this one's climbing. This one's climbing. That one's not climbing, which makes me think I may need to move it. I really should have brought an axe. How about if we put it right here? Now is it climbing? Yeah, I wonder if maybe we're just going to have to get a little bit creative in this part of it because, yeah, it's definitely not quite right. But I think it'll be fine for now. Ah, you see that one burst. How about we go right here? We'll have to figure out how to get that one to burst. It may be that what we need to do, actually, is have this pool up here raised up one and then shoot down on them. Or so. We'll figure something out. I'm sure I can make it work. But it should be okay, sufficient for now. You can see that we're already making back good returns. And this is probably one of the highest generation. So this is basically perpetual. These things work. They make a lot of mana very quick. So we shouldn't be surprised at all that they're doing a great job. And we can also expand this build by putting down more thermal lilies. And we can even, this Arcane Spa works up to 5x5. So we could even make the pool itself larger. Yeah, we can just do this. And by the way, look at how fast this this Elven Mana Spreader goes. It's really remarkable how powerful that thing is. Alright, yeah, so we'll just have to let this now do its magic and refill, because I think that we're going to need a lot of mana to actually gear ourselves up. We're also going to need to, as scary as it is to continue dabbling with the Arts Arcane, as increasingly things get out of control, we're going to have to go there next, because we're just not ready to fight a Wither, let alone a Gaia Spirit.